I was supposed to be in Pai by now. Unfortunately, that's not gonna happen given that I was cycling pretty slow through the mountains and villages. The terrain is really taking a toll. I mean, never mind my my body. I think I'm handling it pretty well. I mean, I haven't gotten any injuries so far, knock on wood, but the bike, I think it's screaming now. I think I'm just gonna nurse it until then and then make an overall assessment. They actually offered one of their lodges. I don't know how they call it, but it's one of those rooms in there. The head monk offered me one of those too, but I said, well, I've got a tent, so if I could just use one of the spots. So he said yes, okay, fine. And not only that, the head monk also offered me these fruits. 4 apples, 1 orange juice, 1 soya milk, and a bottle of water. At first, I didn't know how to react. I didn't want to offend them, so it's probably like 2 seconds of hesitation, and then suddenly just clicks. He's gracious enough to offer something, and I think it would be rude to decline his offer. What I'll probably do is offer one of them next to the temple, because one of the monks has done it. I think it's one of the customs. Just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna see if I could leave something more tomorrow. I thought he was offering his food because he left it there, but actually he just left it there so that he could have a shower. So what he did, he returned my apples. I thought we were donating something, but I was wrong. It's interesting that he doesn't eat dinner, even lunch. So you'll just have something in the morning, and most of the time from afternoon to the evening, he'll just have water, which is very interesting because he walks miles. I mean, I've seen him around earlier when I was cycling. He was just walking very fast. He told me that tomorrow he's gonna be in Pai. He's just gonna drink water pretty much all day, while I keep eating every hour or so just to fuel myself. Now I suddenly feel bad. He's probably very used to this, and I'm not. So I'm not gonna pretend that I can do it like he does. The official religion in Thailand is Theravada Buddhism, practiced by more than 93% of the population and by many who reside in Laos, Myanmar, and Cambodia. This makes Thailand to have the second largest Buddhist population in the world, with approximately 64 million Buddhists. Visitors will find daily reminders of Buddhism during their travels, from towering temples to spirit houses across the country. Government buildings showcase images of the Buddha, and many homes display an image or statue of the Buddha. Buddhism is a key component to the identities of many Thais. Its practices are embedded in the everyday routines of Thai people. Many will give daily offerings to spirit houses and monks, and many people sporadically feed street dogs to accrue good karma. Moreover, it is common to find families with a son studying to become an ordained monk due to the belief that it will bring merit to the family. Most Thais visit their local temple during special holidays and ask for blessings from monks in the event of a wedding, birth, or funeral. By making and gaining merit, many Thais believe they will live longer and happier lives. Next up, Pai. And I'm just hoping there's not going to be a lot of uphills anymore, as I've come across in the last 2 days, because one of my tires in the trailer keeps deflating. So I'm keeping a close eye on it. This hinge here that connects my trailer into the bicycle, it's now a little bit bent. Get out of the way, doggy. More plastics. What can we do about this? Comment below. Dogs everywhere. Go inside of the road. Side of the road. New one, very good. This one, stubborn. So the guy in the restaurant told me that this uphill is gonna go on for 6 kilometers. And I was like, bring on the challenge. No, it's beautiful out there. Great stuff, but you know what? I'll do this all day long.
People think that you should be weak and you should be docile and then you should be a pacifist. No, you should be a monster. You should be ruthlessly ambitious and then learn how to control it. And it's that old expression, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
It's there in the back, just recommended somewhere to go to tonight. Yellow Samba. So they're DJing.
It doesn't mean that you can't be kind if you're strong, but it does mean you can't be strong if you're weak. If you're weak, you're fucked. I don't like finding weakness in me. When I find a weakness in me, I eradicate it.
I thought it's less deeper than Deutsche Tap, but I was wrong. This feels a lot longer. It's not quite as far as Deutsche Tap yet, but this is very challenging. I don't know, maybe because of the heat, sunlight's directly hitting me. So I guess that's kind of what makes this route very difficult.
So I went from being someone who was incredibly insecure and basically a failure to someone who was really successful at this one thing that was very dangerous that other people were scared of. And that gave me immense confidence and also a real understanding of the direct correlation between hard work and success. Find a thing you like. Getting good at things you genuinely enjoy is extremely beneficial. Through time and effort, you build a stronger human. You build a stronger body, you build a stronger mind, you build accomplishments and will and momentum.
So I'm now at 1,329 meters in elevation. I think this is the highest point now. I can see the horizon there. It's a little bit hazy, but that indicates that all lands beneath this where I am right now are much lower than me.
My exercise routines are horrible, and because of that, everything else is easier. I create my own bullshit, and my own bullshit is so much harder. And it's not just that, it's also sauna and cold plunge and torture sessions. When you endure those, it makes enduring other things much easier. Life is never this constant state of, I'm at a 9 all day, and when I'm with my wife, I hit 10. Yay! And I stay like that. That's not real. What's real is life lessons, and the lessons are learned through struggle. And I think that there's a lot of people out there that think somehow or another you're gonna get to some place where you're living in silk sheets and you're getting your toes done while someone's dropping grapes into your mouth. I don't want that. I've never wanted that. That guy's not gonna be happy. He's gonna be bored. An hour into the grapes, you can get those grapes away from me. Stop painting my toes. What am I doing in this bed? I got to do something. I'm not stimulated. The human organism, the animal that we are, needs constant stimulation because it evolved trying to find food and escape enemies. Through that struggle, I will now have a better day, and I better do it again tomorrow or do something else, because if I just think, well, tomorrow I'm just gonna coast and eat Twinkies and watch TV. Oh, hello sadness, my old friend. Hello depression. Because when you're not doing anything, you feel like shit. And that's just a part of being a human being. And we can pretend that we're something other than what we really are, and we can pretend, nah, me, man, I'm just cool, just chilling, doing nothing. Bullshit. You're a fucking human. You're a human being. You evolved from the fucking hundreds of thousands of years of hunters and gatherers and people that were struggling. Human reward systems are carved deeply into your DNA. And if you don't respect that, if you don't respect the mechanism of happiness and fulfillment and what you really need to do in order to feel satisfied in life, camaraderie, love, family, friendship, struggle, testing yourself, learning, all those things are imperative. They're all a giant part of being a person.
I've slept on this empty space here, which is right next to the police checkpoint. Yesterday was so tough for me. I practically did about 500 meters of altitude, just going uphill all the way to where I stayed last night at the checkpoint. It's just brutal. My legs was hurting, my calves are starting to cramp. It was tough, but I know things like this, moments like this is gonna come. A little bit chilly, but boy, so much fun. Like, it's the wind, the fresh air hitting your face. Man, when you ride like this in curves and downhill like this, man, this is the most fun thing that I've ever done in my life. Traffic isn't that much either, you know. There's only one car that kind of overtook me since the start, and other than that, it's just pure like boom. They're like 40, 50 kilometers an hour, which doesn't sound that fast, you know, when you're riding a car or motorbike or something like that. But when you're on your bike and you're hitting the wind onto your face, onto your body, onto your feet, boy, it felt different. This is why I have to be very careful when doing a lot of speed, because you could never know what's up ahead. Like things like this, and like sharp turn and then suddenly a little bit of patchy road. Yeah, you gotta be careful. You see, it's very bumpy. You can't just sweep by on this kind of thing. And now it's looking good. Woo!
Don't think people are happy if they don't have puzzles and complex tasks and things that are interesting to them, whether it's an art project or whether it's learning something completely new. Like, doing things that are difficult is as much of a nourishment of the mind as food is a nourishment of the body. I think you need things that are puzzling to you, where you have to find your own human potential in the difficulty of the task and work your way through things.
Running down to the red side, take the way to the dark side. Do you guys mind taking a picture? Yes, I'm with this. Yeah. Thank you very much. Please join me again in the next episodes, where I explore the music scene, nature, and everything else that Pai has to offer.